Schenn play through snowstorms and delays, and it was worth it. Here's Mike
Toronto
Benning.
Maple Leafs are proud to select with their first pick in this year's draft from the Kelowna Rockets, Luke Schenn.
And you know what?
Rebuild begin.
And you know
now
what?
It's coming in Toronto.
Toronto's hoping that Luke Schenn gets the same reaction in Ottawa for a lot of years to come.
You know what? We traveled all over Russia last summer in the Super Series court. Luke Schenn was just so great around that whole thing. He was so positive with the other young players on that team. That was a tough trip. Then you
By the way, sorry to interrupt, that's Brayden Schenn in the background. His younger brother, who is likely to be a top 5 pick next year.
Plays in the Western Hockey League as well for Brandon, but I can't say enough good things about Luke Schenn. Just a physical impact. This is Adam Foote. This is a one-man search and destroy type of a guy, and you build teams around defensemen like this, Bob.
And what the NHL scouts really like about this guy is that he knows that he's not a great offensive defenseman. He knows his limitations. He knows that he's a defense-first guy, and he doesn't try to do too much with the puck. But what he does do with the puck is highly efficient. He makes the first pass. This guy did not have a single point in the World Junior Championship and was arguably one of the very best players on the ice from start to finish in that tournament. He led Canada in plus-minus. He was +5 at the World Junior. This is a guy who knows his job and knows how to do it. And you're right. He's physically punishing, a shutdown defenseman, mean and nasty.
Now, it's interesting. Yesterday, he was going to meet with the Phoenix Coyotes. Tell us about his interview with Wayne Gretzky and company.
Well, first off, Luke Schenn brought a bunch of friends, brought his brother, brought some other players from the Western Hockey League and some pals because they wanted to meet Gretzky. I'm not sure if it was a serious interview or not because they knew the Phoenix Coyotes that Luke Schenn probably wasn't going to be there when they were picking. But Wayne Gretzky said to him, hey, listen, do me one favor, especially if you're drafted in the Western Conference. Take it easy on Kyle Turner and the Phoenix Coyotes next year.
Well, they don't like the blue and white here in Ottawa, but Luke Schenn could care less.
They would love to have him here in Ottawa. This
Mike Palmatier on one side, Dave Morrison on the other side. Dave Morrison, the chief scout, hey, finally gets the pick in the first round, and with a high-end guy like Luke Schenn, and a happy day for the Schenns from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
This is exactly what Leaf fans want. This is a start and a major start of a solid foundation to build around right now.
Now, we should point out, though, that to trade up, Toronto has given up 2 picks, a second and a third. Now, we don't know if they're this year or next year. There's combinations involved. So Toronto has shelled out to get the guy they want. And so once again, the Maple Leafs could be without a pick for quite a while in this draft unless Fletcher trades up again.
I wouldn't worry about it. I think it's fantastic. I am just so thrilled for Toronto and their fans because this is the start of the new beginning.
The Los Angeles Kings are proud to select from the Brandon Wheat Kings, Brayden Schenn.
This is a little bit of draft history. On the right, you see Luke Schenn, his older brother, who went 5th overall last year. This is the first time in NHL history that brothers have gone in the top 5 in back-to-back years. Now, the Stahl boys went, Jordan and Eric went in the top 5, but not in consecutive years. And there is Brian Burke.
He's mad. He wanted Brayden Schenn bad. Now, the big thing is, if you're a fan of the LA Kings, you got Dustin Brown, you got Ansei Kopitar, you got Wayne Simmons. Now you're adding this guy, heart, soul, character, winning conscience. He's got it all, Bob.
Yeah, the word they use all the time when they talk about this kid are the intangibles. They are so good. When they talk about a comparable player in the National Hockey League, think Mike Richards of the Philadelphia Flyers, a player that people said, well, you know what, he's not the biggest guy in the world, and he's not the fastest guy in the world, and some people have questioned the foot speed of Brayden Schenn, but you know what? He's a character player. He's a physical player. He fights, he hits, he blocks shots, he can work a power play, he can score goals, he's a penalty killer, he can win face-offs, he can play center, he can play the wing. He had 32 goals, 88 points in 70 games for the Brandon Wheat Kings this year. This guy is a complete package in terms of being a real second-line, prototypical second-line pro center in the National Hockey League who gives you everything in terms of offense, defense, but most importantly, winning hockey.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more, Bob. And the big thing is you saw Brian Burke look with disgust. He knows exactly what Brayden Schenn brings to the party. He would have been a great Toronto Maple Leaf, but now he's a Los Angeles King. By the way, you heard that great tribute to Luc Robitaille? The scout that found Luc Robitaille, his name was Alex Smart. At one time, he played for the Montreal Canadiens way back when. Alex is no longer with us, but Alex Smart was a great scout out of the Ottawa area that found Dave Taylor and Luc Robitaille. So that was really nice of Dean Lombardi and the rest of the LA Kings to pay tribute to Luc Robitaille. But as a former NHL scout, I want to pay tribute to Alex Smart, because a lot of young guys broke in the league, and he took care of them, and I was one of them. So thanks to the Smart family.
Robitaille was drafted here in Montreal and joked that there were more hot dog vendors in the stands than prospects by the time he was picked, and there are
Jeff and Rita,
and suddenly Saskatoon has turned into a major hockey factory. We've got another kid from Saskatoon, Jared Cowan, who's expected to go here within the next few picks.
Absolutely. Two brothers very close, Brayden Schenn and Luc Schenn. Guys, they keep each other honest. They're great friends. Just came back from a trip to Las Vegas where they had a great time during the NHL Awards.